The USSR was a hotbed of scientific and psychological research during the early to mid-20th century. Researchers were given ample latitude to explore diverse topics in the interest of advancing Soviet science and technology. Two such pioneering scientists were Ivan Pavlov and Sergei Bryukhonenko. Though their work was conducted independently and revolved around different subjects, Pavlov focused on behavioral psychology, while Bryukhonenko was a physiologist. Their research, conducted predominantly on dogs, has left an indelible mark on their respective fields. Ivan Pavlov, a Nobel laureate, is most famous for his experiments on classical conditioning. His work was initially geared towards understanding the digestive system. However, while conducting these studies, he observed a peculiar behavior. The dogs would start to salivate, not only when they saw food, but also when they saw the lab assistant who fed them. Pavlov decided to investigate this psychic secretion, as he termed it. In a series of controlled experiments, he established that dogs could be conditioned to associate a neutral stimulus, a ringing bell, with food. After repeatedly pairing the two stimuli, the dogs would eventually salivate at the sound of the bell alone. This discovery laid the foundation for the theory of classical conditioning, which went on to influence both psychology and education. In contrast, Sergei Bryukhonenko was engaged in life-sustaining technologies. His most infamous experiment was the autojector, an early version of a heart-lung machine designed to maintain the circulation and respiration in a severed dog's head. This macabre feat, demonstrated at the Third Congress of Physiologists of the USSR in 1928, was intended to show that life could be artificially sustained. The ethical implications of such experiments were immense and remain a topic of discussion today. However, from a purely scientific standpoint, Bryukhonenko's work played a significant role in the development of open-heart surgery techniques and life support technologies. Both sets of experiments were conducted in an environment where scientific discovery was strongly encouraged, but also tightly controlled by the state. Pavlov's work, in particular, was seized upon by the Soviet government as a validation of behaviorist theories that could be applied to create a new Soviet man conditioned for communism. Bryukhonenko's work had more immediate military applications, especially in the field of emergency medicine. His research was less publicly touted but was just as integral to the Soviet scientific endeavor. During World War II, the technology developed from his experiments helped in treating wounded soldiers and laid the groundwork for future advancements in critical care. The use of animals, particularly dogs, in scientific research is a deeply divisive issue. While the importance of these experiments in advancing human knowledge cannot be denied, they have also raised significant ethical questions about animal welfare. Pavlov's experiments, although less overtly gruesome than Bryukhonenko's, involved the surgical implantation of tubes and devices to measure salivation, and were clearly stressful for the animals. The legacy of these experiments is a complex tapestry of scientific brilliance, ethical ambiguity, and state manipulation. Pavlov's classical conditioning principles are a mainstay in psychology curricula worldwide and have applications ranging from therapy to marketing. Bryukhonenko's work paved the way for life support technologies that have saved countless human lives. However, their work also serves as a cautionary tale. It reminds us that ethical oversight must keep pace with scientific advancements, and it raises questions about the extent to which state interests can dictate the direction and application of scientific research.